Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the Ted Show. Today's Friday. April 28th, 2000 and almost at 13. Wow. Woo! It must be this giant sunspot on my head. But enough about me and that sunspot that you're now going to just focus on. I'm super excited to have my dear friend. She is Michelle Sperzel. She is with Harbor House of Central Florida. And you guys know I do Walk a Mile in Her Shoes every year. It's such an amazing organization. It's domestic violence shelter. They also have a pet center there. And tomorrow, speaking of pets, is their annual, is it annual or semi-annual?
Yeah, annual.
Annual Paws For Peace. You can bring out your fur babies, your paws, your peace. It's April 29th. Registration at 8 a.m. and the Blue Jacket Park. But you can find all the information there scrolling across your screen. Enough of that. Welcome back, Michelle.
Thank you. How you doing? Friend.
I'm so excited to have you on. I always love having you on. Shout out to Michelle, the other Michelle with one L, for coordinating and putting up with my crazy schedule. We usually don't go live. We film, but the event's tomorrow, so we have to get the word out.
And it's super exciting that we're going live because you never know what's going to happen.
You never know. Try not to see the shiny forehead or nine head.
It matches your sparkly shoes.
Yes, it does. It totally matches my sparkly shoes. I'm not sure which one's more sparkly at this moment. All right. So before we dive in, tell them a little bit about you.
Oh my gosh. So Michelle Sperzel, the girl with the rhyming name.
Yeah. Took me a long time to realize that.
I've been here in Central Florida for 7 years now doing this. Yeah. We were just talking about that, how long Ted's been doing the show, and I was here when he first started.
That's right. You were.
Yeah, it was great. And I love what I do. I mean, I've been in the domestic violence sector for many years now. I mean, combined about 15 just being a CEO of the Domestic Violence Center, but doing the work much longer. And this is just exactly where I'm supposed to be. And I love the event that we're doing tomorrow. So
it's amazing. Tell them a little bit about Harbor House.
So Harbor House, we're this certified domestic violence center that serves here in Central Florida. And I like to say certified because what that means is that we have advocates that are privileged, and all the communication between them and survivors that we work with is confidential. And so that means that we do not share what is happening. We are able to really keep someone's confidence if someone is calling for like a report, or if they're calling to see if they're at the emergency shelter. That is something that by law we have, and it sets us apart from some of the other different service providers. And we have our on-site kennel that is part of our emergency shelter.
Which is so unique. Tell them, so talk about the kennel, but also talk about the thought process behind that, why that's important.
So we have a very large emergency shelter. It's 120 beds. And so when someone comes in, we want them to be able to bring in their entire family. And that means the pets as well. And the reason why is that animal abuse and domestic violence are very closely related. And it's because it's much easier for an abuser to explain away something that happened to the pet, or to use the pet as part of the abusive power and control, the course of control. Some of the examples of that we've had, I mean, some of the survivors come in and they let us know I had to make a choice. It was either I was going to eat or my dog was going to eat. And oftentimes they choose that the dog eats or their cat eats. Withholding veterinarian care or abusing the animals and saying, if I'm going to do this to you, if you don't, or you're next. And we've had animals come in with curling iron burns on them, broken ribs, burnt hair. One of my sad but favorite is a dog. His name is Happy, and Pitbull, and he was a Pitbull pet, not a fighting Pitbull. But his person, she got into a relationship with someone who was in the fighting circuit, and he took Happy to be a bait dog. And so Happy, when he came into the emergency shelter, he didn't have his ears anymore. But at the same point in time, the bond that he and her had was amazing. And he truly, the Pitbull smile always made her happy. And I mean, he was so aptly named. And to see that healing relationship and that unconditional love, it's all about how we're able to keep a family together, how we're able to help everybody heal. And it's truly a life-saving program for the survivors that are coming into the emergency shelter, for their kids, and for the pets.
Yeah,
And
because
so
it's
amazing.
they're your family,
It's
and
your-
so
yes,
if
I
you
don't have
leave
kids.
one, you leave your family member.
Yeah. And
So to have that,
yeah.
it wasn't always like that. Not all shelters have, and sometimes you're gonna, like you said, you're gonna choose. Sometimes you choose to stay
Yeah.
because you don't want to leave your pet because you know they've threatened to kill it or hurt it.
So there are only 5% of the domestic violence centers in the United States are pet friendly
Wow.
and have a kennel. And so that is starting to change. I mean, when I first got into this work, I was the first one, because I was up in the Panhandle. I was the first DV center that had a animal clinic from New Orleans all the way up to Atlanta on one side. And so like I had people who were calling saying, I'm here, can I come into your emergency shelter? And so it's definitely changing across the United States because we want to, as service providers, we want to remove any reason why you can't come in.
Correct.
We want to make sure that you are safe. And we also know that there's that fear if you leave your animal behind that they're going to be hurt as well. So there was another woman who came in. She recently came in. She was able to flee in the middle of the night with her 9-month-old baby. She ended up having to leave her dogs behind. And so with the partnership that we have with law enforcement, the next day we were able to go back to her house, find her dogs who were hiding in the closet. So you can only imagine what happened that morning when he found out that she was gone. And we were able to bring her animals in. And that was one of those animals. He had severe allergies and was just covered with all kinds of stuff because of the fact that she was not able to take him to the vet. And just to see how amazing that transformation was for him because of the walk that we're doing tomorrow. One of the big things, and I keep on bringing this up, is that we are able to offer veterinarian care. And we wouldn't be able to do that without the Paws for Peace walk. We have a fund that's called Marvin's Fund, and all the money that we raise that's for veterinarian care goes there. And then it's for preventative care and also for care because of abuse that happened or negligence that happened, but not because of the survivor, but because of the fact that she wasn't able to, or he wasn't able to take them to the vet.
I just remember, as a childhood domestic violence survivor, we didn't have pets. And I think that was probably one of the smart things my mother did, because I think she knew better. But you want to bring a pet, your children want a pet, or you want a pet, and you've got their family. I don't even like to use the word pet. They're your baby. Yeah. They're part of your family. And so to leave them is traumatic. For a child to have to leave them, it is heartbreaking and heart-wrenching. So to have the ability to house the animal, to house the family member is just so beautiful. All right, let's talk about, you can register at 8. Tell us about the walk itself.
So the walk is at Blue Jacket Park. Super fun. We already have, I believe, over 400 people who've signed up, which is over where we were last year. So we had to open up registration without t-shirts because we've already run out of t-shirts, which is amazing.
Awesome problem.
So that it's $25 to register now. It's normally $35 with a t-shirt. If you want one, you can order one. They're super cute this year as well. And we normally have, people bring 2 dogs, they bring 3 dogs, people bring their cats in the little tiny strollers. We have people who sometimes bring their bunnies. One year there was a man who brought his snake, because it represents all of our pets, and everybody loves different and have interest in different types of animals. And that reflects who is coming into our emergency shelter. We've had iguanas, we've had ferrets, we've had so many bunnies this year. And that's the other piece, is that we've been really, really busy this year. So for instance, we helped at this time last year, we had 29 pets that we'd helped throughout the year. We're already at 66. Wow. And so it's because more people are coming into the emergency shelter. More people know that they can come with their pets. And that is a huge success of the program and awareness for this event coming on shows like yours. The walk also, we have vendors, we have a silent auction. The silent auction is really great. And again, all the money that's raised, and our goal is $100,000. And I know it's been difficult. I know it's everything that's happening with the environment financially with everybody. But at the same point in time, when we're struggling, that means some other people are really struggling.
Correct.
And so our numbers are definitely going up, and we're seeing a reflection of that. And so it's really, we want to make the goal of $100,000. The money is going to go towards the emergency shelter and also to rebuild the the veterinarian fund, and then also goes towards the Paws for Peace kennel itself, and goes for the food, operating it, the salary for our kennel advocate that's there. And she is truly an advocate for the animals. She takes them to and from vet appointments. She'll take them to be groomed.
I love that. Everything about it is
amazing.
Just, it's interesting, sad, but interesting that I feel like the awareness is a positive thing, that more people are aware and have access. But I feel like it's also the numbers have gone up. COVID, we've talked about this. You talked about it at Walk a Mile in Her Shoes. There just seems to be more cases, or at least more cases being reported. And it's just, there has to be a safe place for abuse victims and their families and their fur babies to go.
Mm-hmm. And it's also helping people who are still living with the abuser, or might be living with their best friend. And that's the other part of Harbor House, that we do have this service that's on campus, but we also know that we serve right around 4,000 individuals every year who are still possibly living with the abuser. They just got out, they moved here from someplace else. And our kennel program is open to them as well. So we always have cat food or dog food at our outreach offices. We always ask how they're doing. If someone needs to have preventative medicine, that's another reason why we use the Marvin's Fund, for them to get spayed or neutered, or anything of that nature. Or if there was something that happened and they need help and support with their animal, it goes beyond the walls of our shelter, and it's definitely in the community as well. It's a great program.
Life-saving.
It is
life-changing, truly life-changing. All right. So Paws for Peace is tomorrow, April 29th. That's Saturday at Blue Jacket Park. You can go to the link scrolling, which is harborhousefl.com/Paws for Peace. Can you register on site?
You can register on site. So registration is from 8 until 9.
Okay.
And then we have a little bit of a presentation. Oh, the theme this year.
What's the theme?
The theme, because he knows I love a good theme.
I love a good theme too. Tell me.
I love a good theme. The theme this year is 4 paws, 2 feet, 1 team. And so it's a sports theme. I am going to be dressed up as I love a good theme. So I'm going to be like a tennis person. And we're really excited as far as, and so some of our ambassadors this year, Solar Bears, as well as Stuff. And there's amazing pictures of Stuff with a bunch of golden retrievers. We have Mackenzie, who is out. He's going to be there tomorrow as well, from UCF. And so just amazing as far as the sports teams that have come around to say that they are, standing up against domestic violence and standing alongside with their fur babies.
The fur babies.
Yes.
And even if you don't have a fur baby, we still want you to come out and get involved and give back, because the program serves so many people. But I know that there are many, many who are not getting the service, that need the awareness and need to know that they have a safe place. And Harbor House is that safe place. It's always a joy to have you on the show. I love you and appreciate you. And I love the work that Harbor House does. I always talk about how I wish that had been around when I was a child, because I think that would have made such a dramatic and amazing difference in my life. Not that I haven't had a good life, just that I would have liked that child to be taken care of and not been in that situation. And so I want you guys to give back, get involved. If you can't make it tomorrow, you can still donate. You can still give back. You could participate. You could do a lot of things, because Harbor House does a lot for our community. And so thank you. Thank you to your staff.
Very much.
We love you guys. Paws for Peace tomorrow, 8 a.m. registration. 9 o'clock is the walk.
Rain.
It's not going to rain.
It's going to be cloudy and perfect.
It's going to be awesome. Bring your babies. Bring your fur babies. You can bring your other babies too. We want to see you there. Thank you, Michelle Sperzel. Thank you, Michelle with 1 L. That's going to be her rhyming name. So go to harborhousefl.com/Paws for Peace. We'll see you guys soon. Have a beautiful weekend. Get out and support them. See you tomorrow.